Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs, 1 out. 0-2 count to Peters. Yamamoto to the windup pitch, swung on, and a high fly ball. Rushing goes back, takes a look at it. It's well back up into the stands. So Yamamoto's thrown 37 pitches so far. Curveball average of 78, fastball 98. The Dodgers jumping all over the White Sox. And the first hitter, Ohtani, hitting out the first pitch of the game for a home run. And then shortly after that, Muncy hit a 2-run home run. So Dodgers got a 3-0 lead in the first inning and just got one more run in the top of the third, and that's where we're at now. 4-0 Dodgers over the White Sox. Yamamoto looks in, gets a sign from Rushing, and the 1-2 pitch to Peters is swung on. A ground ball hit sharply down to the second baseman, Freeland. He'll underhand it to Freddie Freeman in time for the out. So 4-3 put out. 2 outs now for the White Sox. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Dodgers, trying to rebound themselves, redeem themselves from last night's loss. Edgar Quero now checking in. Left-hand hitter Quero, hitting 185, 2 home runs and 15 ribbies on the year. The wind of the pitch is outside for ball 1. Quero, catcher for the White Sox. Yamamoto, 2 outs in total command. His 41st pitch is a high fly ball hit out to Pages. He takes 2-3 steps back, and he's got it for out number 3. So down go the White Sox in the bottom of the third, and the score, the Dodgers 4, the White Sox 0. We'll be back with the top of the fourth inning right after this. Okay, so as we move into the top of the fourth inning for the Dodgers, coming up in this inning, Dodgers will be having Ohtani lead off with Pages, followed by Freeman, and if anybody gets on, Mookie Betts. As I'd said in that first inning, Ohtani hit a home run to start things off, and then Betts got himself on board, and then Max Muncy hit a home run, 2-run home run, bringing in Betts and himself. So that's how they got those 3 runs to start the game off with in the first inning. So Ohtani had a little scare for the Dodgers with a little flare-up. Left the game 2 nights ago against Pittsburgh early, but he's back in there again today like nothing happened, as good as new, and showing everybody with a home run to start things off. So the Dodgers tomorrow will be have a start time of 11:10 in Los Angeles, 1:10 in Chicago. So back to live action, and here we go with Ohtani waiting in. The pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball foul. So Burke has thrown already 78 pitches, and we're only in the 4th inning. Now looking in. Right-hander checks and deals. The pitch is low for ball 1. So 1 ball to Ohtani. 1 strike, 1-1 count. Burke once again to the windup. And the pitch just a little outside, a fastball missing for ball 2. Burke has now thrown 80 pitches, and the 2-1 pitch to Ohtani is high for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Shohei and ERA leaders with 1.06 ERA with his pitching, but right now he's all hitting, and with that, he gets a low pitch, a knuckle curve for ball 4, and Ohtani's aboard for his 3rd straight time. That's his 2nd walk of the game, and he's got that solo home run, and up comes Pages. Pages is 0 for 2 coming up. Pages striking out in his first 2 plate appearances against Burke. Well, let's see if Pages can redeem himself right here. The windup, the pitch, as a ground ball hit sharply into center field for a base hit, and moving over quickly to second base is Ohtani. And just like that, the Dodgers have 2 on with no outs in the top of the 4th inning. And up comes Freddie Freeman. The rally bongos have started. Freeman waiting in. Burke checks the runners on base. Now the pitch. Fouled away out towards the left field stands and out of there. So Freddie Freeman has flown out and struck out, hitting .278 with 10 home runs and 37 ribbies thus far in the season. And the count is now 0-1. Burke checks over to Ohtani at second, and then this next pitch is way outside, a cutter missing badly. And it's a 1-1 count. Burke to the belly. And the pitch. Check swing. They're going to look over to third, and they'll say it is a swing. Knuckle curve got him. So now it's a 1-2 count to Freeman. No outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Burke once again checking the runners. The pitch. There's a little nibbler up. The shortstop's got it. Steps on second. Throws over to first for the double play. He'll have to double tag. Meanwhile, Ohtani moves over to third. So now there's 2 outs for the Dodgers. Nice defensive play made by Montgomery, stepping on the second base and throwing over to Gonzalez to first. And up comes Mookie Betts. Mookie's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and scoring 2 runs. He came in on that home run by Muncy in the first inning, hitting .193 on the year. Mookie's struggling to try to get to 200 and stay over. The pitch is high for ball 1. Mookie earlier in the season got over 200, and then he fell back down and went as low as 180, and now he's inching his way back up again at 193. 1-0 is a pitch count, and this is inside for ball 2. 2 outs, 4th inning. Ohtani at third, and the Dodgers lead 4-0. Waiting on deck, Max Muncy. Burke again. His 90th pitch is taken for called strike 1, a slider hitting the corner there. The 2-1 pitch is taken for called strike 2, a slider. Dodgers have fans wherever they go. In fact, when those 3 runs came in the first inning, you would have swore half of this place was Dodger fans. The 2-2 pitch is taken low, and they're going to say strike 3, and that'll do it. So that'll do it for the Dodgers and Mookie Betts. The score after 3.5 innings in Chicago, Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Be right back after this brief timeout. Okay, so we move in to the bottom of the fourth inning. Yamamoto winds up, and the pitch is Antonacci to the plate. Antonacci 0 for 1, hitting .282. Struck out his first time up against Yamamoto. Antonacci waits in, and the pitch is swung on, and a high fly ball. Tucker's waiting there in right field. He's got it for out number 1. So down goes Antonacci to Yamamoto. And that'll bring up Vargas. Vargas, the third baseman, checks in, hitting from the right-hand side of the plate. Lined out in his previous at-bat, Miguel Vargas. Waits in, the windup by Yamamoto. The pitch is taken for called strike one, a fastball. Yamamoto working quickly. The pitch on the way. Inside for ball one, a sinker just missing. So Miguel Vargas out of Havana, Cuba. Standing in there with a 1-1 count. The pitch on the way. Swung on, and there's another hit directly to Freddie Freeman for out number 2. Nice catch by Freddie moving over. Benintendi checking in. Andrew Benintendi, grounded out his previous at-bat. And the count is now 0-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth inning, 4-0 Dodgers lead. Swung on and missed by Benintendi, and the count is now 0-2. Yamamoto with a 97-an-hour fastball right there. He's going after him. Yamamoto's feeling it, and when he starts to shake his head like a little bobblehead on the mound, you know he's got you. He's got this Benintendi right now, right where he wants him. Looks down to Rushing, gets the sign to wind up the pitch, swung on, and there's a ground ball hit sharply down to Freeman. He'll underhand it easy to Yamamoto over at first, and that'll do it for the White Sox in the fourth. The score after 4 complete innings in Chicago, the Dodgers 4 and the White Sox 0. Be right back after this short break. Move in to the top of the 5th inning. Top of the 5th inning, Max Muncy leads off, followed by Tucker and then Ryan Ward. And if anybody gets on, Dalton Rushing will come to the plate. So those are the top 4 hitters that'll come up to this inning for the Dodgers. Muncy waiting in. Burke still out there throwing. The pitch is a sinker taken. Actually, check that. They got a new pitcher, and now Joe Rock comes in 3 games appearing, and with a 2.35 ERA, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts. The left-hander deals, and it's fouled away, a slider. And now Muncy's in the hole at 0-2. Muncy 1 for 1 with that 2-run home run in the first inning to start it off after Ohtani hit that solo shot. That's how the Dodgers got their 3 runs right off the bat against these White Sox, trying to redeem themselves after losing last night to the White Sox. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Count remains 0-2. Kyle Tucker on deck. Joe Rock looks into Caro behind the plate. The pitch is taken outside, a slider just missing. It's 1-2 now. Muncy once again waits in the pitch. There's a little check swing. It'll be tip fielded by Rock. Oh, he drops it, and Muncy will make it safely to first base. Oh! Dropped by Joe Rock. As he had it, it was too hot to handle. It came out of his glove. I think he was thinking of throwing the ball before he could gather it. And the next thing you know, Muncy hustling down that first baseline makes it safely to first. So the first batter's on for the Dodgers. And that'll bring up Kyle Tucker now with no outs. Joe looked like he wanted to swat it into the glove, and it just didn't want to cooperate, dribbled out of the glove. And when you get a hustling guy like Muncy down that first base line, leave him from the left-hand side of the box, he's going to be very difficult to pull out and to get out, and he was, as he was safe. So 0-1 the count to Tucker. Muncy away from first. The pitch swung on and fouled back, and now actually, yeah, it'll be down the left field line and in the stands. So 0-2 the count now to Tucker. Tucker at the plate with an RBI and a single and a stolen base. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. We are in the 5th inning. 0-2 the count to Tucker. Muncy on first base. The pitch. Oh, it hit him right in the small of the back. Tucker throws the bat, tosses his shin guard, and away to first base he goes. And now there's 2 on with no outs. So the slider getting away from Rock. And now he has 2 men on. We're in the 5th. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Thank you for kindly tuning in to this broadcast of the Dodgers and the White Sox. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Alex Call now coming to the plate. Call hitting .268 in 39 games, no home runs. He's got 2 runners on. He's got 13 ribbies. He's got a chance to get some RBIs here. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Rock checks the runners at second, and the pitch. Way inside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch. Here's a little nubber hit down to the second baseman. He's going to flip over to Montgomery second. The throw to first in time for the double play. So a nice play from Murdoch to Montgomery to Gonzalez to complete that double play. And moving over to third base. So now we got a runner at third for the Dodgers and 2 outs. So Muncy's down at third. Tucker was erased. Here comes Rushing. The pitch is lowered away outside on a sinker. So 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning, 1 on. Dalton Rushing 0 for 1, walked in his other plate appearance. Waiting in. Joe Rock trying to get out of a little tight spot he put himself into. The check swing, and it'll hit off of Rushing's hands, and he's going to feel that crouching down right now. As it did hit him, he's going to toss his gear and go on over to first. As he swung at that ball, it appeared, and oh, it did. It hit him under the left hand as he tried to swing, and now there's 2 on with 2 outs. Roberts out there taking a look, talking to Rushing, make sure he's okay. Doesn't want anything to happen to his catcher. That took a chunk out of him. So Joe Rock has hit 2 batters in this inning. Dodgers have 7 hits. Dodgers 4 runs, 7 hits. The White Sox, no runs, no hits, and no errors. So Yamamoto pitching a no-hitter so far. But we're in the top of the 5th right now. Still a long ways to go for Yamamoto, and the Dodgers are still at the plate. So Rojas now coming up. Pitch, there's a shot down foul down the line. So Rojas is pinch hitting for the pitch. Is fouled away for Freeland, the second baseman. 0-2 the count to Rojas. 2 out. Top of the 4th inning, 2 on. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Rock looks in the pitch. There's a little ground ball hit sharply down to Montgomery at short. He's going to throw to first base in time, and that'll do it for Rojas and the Dodgers in the top of the 5th inning. The score after 3.5 innings. Check that, 4.5 innings. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. I'll be right back after this very short, quick break. So for the White Sox, coming up in the bottom of the 5th to face Yamamoto and try to get a hit off of him will be the 2 Montgomerys. And then the second baseman Merdov will come up. If anybody gets on, first baseman Gonzalez. So those are your first 4 hitters to be facing Yamamoto in this bottom of the 5th. Let's take a look at Yamamoto's line here on how he's been so dominant through 4 innings over the White Sox. He's got 4 strikeouts, no walks, and of course no runs, no hits, no errors. And we're now in the bottom of the 5th. So here we go. Montgomery ready to step in. Montgomery waits in. The pitch is taken low for ball one. Wind up by Yamamoto. The pitch is inside for ball two. 2-0. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Yamamoto with a windup. The pitch is taken right there for a strike. And it's now 2-1. And having a little technical difficulties here. Right back. So right now I'm experiencing technical difficulties, so I'm just going to watch the game right off of the feed with you and see what happens here. We got 2 outs, Dodgers 4, the pitch is outside. There's a network error in their situation here, so we're unable to see it live. We'll call it off of what you're looking at there, the feed. And now we look like we're back. So let me get caught up here. Okay. Looks like all the way. Okay, so 2-1. Fouled away. So now it's almost got this thing back and synced up. 1-2's the count. Yamamoto back up on the mound. Waiting in. And delivers. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. So the count remains 1-2. And we're back. Yobiyashi Yamamoto has thrown 62 pitches. As Mehrdorff 1-2. The pitch swung on and ground foul down the third base line. 1-2 the count. Yamamoto has pitched a no-hitter when we're into the fifth inning. White Sox just trying to get a hit off of them, trailing 4-0. Yamamoto to the windup. The pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes with a slider. And just like that, Yamamoto has finished 5 complete innings. No hits, no runs, no errors. The score, the Dodgers 4 and the White Sox 0. Be right back after this very short quick break. So for the Dodgers, coming up will be the top of the order: Ohtani, Pages, and Freeman. And if anybody gets on, Mookie Betts. Dodgers have had little changes in left field. Call is there. And at second base, Rojas is there. So we move into the top of the 6th inning. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Ohtani takes the first pitch, a slider outside for ball 1. Ohtani on the afternoon, 1 for 1, a solo home run. He's got 2 walks. And Joe Rock deals outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the 6th inning. The pitch, low, sinker for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way is right down the middle for strike 1, a fastball. Three and 1 the count to Ohtani. Pitch is fouled away, a sinker for 3-2. Now we got a full count. Top of the 6th inning, no outs. Yamamoto is pitching a no-hitter against the White Sox. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Pages waiting on deck. What you gonna do to Ohtani? 3-2, the count is full. Joe Rock looks in, gets the sign and delivers. Way outside, and Ohtani is aboard with his 3rd walk of the afternoon. So Pages comes up. Pages 1 for 3 in the afternoon, struck out twice. Also got a lined base hit his last time up. Looking in from the right-hand side of the plate. Ohtani with a short lead away from first. Joe Rock checks him. And the pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled away, a sinker. 0-1 the count to Pages. Pages, the pride of Havana, Cuba, waits in. The pitch way outside, and Hierro had to stand up to catch that ball from going all the way to the backstop and saving Ohtani from getting the free base going to second. So nice catch by the catcher. Joe Rock looks in to Pages. The 1-1 pitch is low, sinker missing for 2-1. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. Yamamoto pitching a no-hitter. The pitch on the way outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Windy City, the city of broad shoulders, whatever you choose to call it, it is Chicago, Chi-Town. The pitch on the way is low for ball 4, and Pages is aboard. Let's see if there's going to be a challenge. It looks like the White Sox are asking for a challenge, and it's way ball 4. Okay, so Pages is aboard. 2 walks now given up by Joe Rock in this inning. 2 on, no outs, 6th inning, and up comes Freddie Freeman. Freeman 0 for 3 with a flyout, strikeout, grounded into a double play. So he's been busy, but in the wrong direction. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. The pitch swung on, and a high fly ball hit out to the center fielder. He's waiting there. He's got it. Peters in center field. He'll quickly throw it on in. And the Dodgers, Ohtani stays at second base. He's not going anywhere. So that'll make 1 out in the top of the 6th, and up comes Mookie Betts. Betts 2 for 3 in the afternoon, hitting 191. Two singles, 2 runs he scored. He came home on that in the first inning on that 2-run home run by Max Muncy. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, a fastball. Yamamoto checking his notes in the dugout. He's all business. The pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. Be very interesting to see just how long does Dave Roberts continue to let Yamamoto go out there. His pitch count is low. 0-2 the count to Betts. 1 out, 2 on. Ohtani at second. The pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. So now there's 2 outs in the 6th and 2 on. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. And Max Muncy coming up. Muncy 2 for 2, hit that 2-run home run in the first inning. The pitch, way outside. Slider missing for ball 1. Joe Rock checks the runners. Pitch over the head of Muncy all the way to the backstop. Thrown going over to easy into third base is Ohtani, and Pages moves over to second. But that was interesting. That ball was so high and overthrown, it bounced off of the backstop and right back into the catcher's glove. and he was ready to throw him out at third, but Vargas was caught sleeping, and Ohtani's laughing all the way. He could have easily been thrown out the way that ball came right back to the catcher. He whirled and turned and looked, and there was nobody at third base to cover. Vargas sleeping, and the Dodgers both Dodgers move up 90 feet. So 3-0 the count to Max Muncy. 2 outs, 2 on. 4-0 Dodgers lead. The pitch is outside for ball 4. So Joe Rock has walked all 3 men that are on base, and he still managed to get 2 other Dodgers out, and out runs the pitching coach to have a couple of words with Joe Rock. Rock's now thrown 35 pitches, relieving Burke, who threw over 80 pitches, and we're only in the 6th inning. Meanwhile, on the other side of the diamond, Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit to the White Sox. So after a few words of encouragement, pitching coach runs back to the dugout, and he's going to let Joe Rock continue his work. Dodgers soccer jersey promotion Tuesday, June 16th versus the Raves at 7:10. First 40,000 fans this Tuesday, June 16th. Back to live action. Tucker now waiting in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Tucker swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. Lefty on lefty action. The pitch is outside for ball 1. Slider missing. Dodgers 4. White Sox 0. The pitch low for ball 2. Slider missing. Two balls, no strikes. Dodgers 4, White Sox 0. We are only in the 6th inning. Fast-moving game. Tucker, the pitch is low for ball 3, and Joe Rock is 1 ball away from walking in a run. Keep in mind, he's walked all the men that are on base right now. So Joe Rock is his own worst enemy. He's thrown 38 pitches so far, a lot of those being balls. The pitch is taken ball 4, and he's walked in a run. Can you believe that? All 4 men that have cut walks, 4 walks in this inning, he's walked them all, and in comes Ohtani to score, and Tucker will go over to first base. So we got Pages at third, Freeman at second, Tucker at first, Betts and Muncy made out, and up comes Call, and the first pitch to him is a strike, a fastball. Bases remain loaded. Dodgers 5. Call grounded into a double play his last at bat. The pitch is low for ball 1, a sinker. 1-1 to count. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. The pitch. There's a little nubbler foul back, hits the backstop. So the count is now 1-2 to Call. One and two the count. The pitch. Outside, high and outside, a fastball missing badly. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Call. We're in the 6th inning. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. Dalton Rushing waiting on deck. And the 2-2 pitch is taken for called strike 3, and that'll do it for the Dodgers. And down they go, but not till they get another run in and force this to a 5-0 lead. The score after 5.5 innings in Chicago. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. We'll be right back after this short break. At the mound, examining something. Not sure if if there's something of the mound that needs attention to. Maybe it's come up. Yamamoto signaling with his hand that it needs to be hammered down. And out comes the ground crew to attend to it. They started to go to the wrong place, and now they're hammering down near the mound. So when you've pitched a no-hitter and you're on the road and you got the other team's ground crew coming out, you're on your game. So a nice crowd in attendance for the White Sox today. They've come out to see the stars and the brightest lights in Chicago. Looking at scores around the league: Texas 2, Red Sox 2, Cleveland 3-1 over Detroit, Pittsburgh 2-2 deadlocked with Miami. So right now we're just seeing the ground crew working on the mound. So we still have a little bit more of a delay. They're going to take some sod out of a bucket and throw it on to the out near where the rubber's at, because a little hole has started to develop there, and now they're going to pound it on in. Let's see how long that lasts. A 1-1 tie, Arizona and the Cincinnati Reds. Diamondbacks and Reds. The Braves and Mets are 2-1 for the Braves. Once again, Yamamoto, through 5 innings, has pitched a no-hitter. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. Yamamoto is such a perfectionist. To watch him work, one little dirt out of place and he's going to notice it. Amazing. Just to watch this, the discipline and the work ethic he has to have Ohtani and Yamamoto on the same team. Wow. Amazing. Okay, so Yamamoto looks like he's set and ready to face Gonzalez now at the plate. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. And after all of that grounds crew work comes up Jacob Gonzalez, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Looks in. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, a curveball. Yamamoto's only thrown 65 pitches, and we are in the 6th inning, just the start of things. The pitch on the way is inside off fisted foul, and the count is now 0-2. So even when the White Sox put ball on the bat, it's just a little nubber foul, little dribbler. So 0-2 now the count. Yamamoto. Pitch way high, ball 1, fastball, missing badly. So 1-2 the count. One-two pitch. Taken low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Way outside, curveball missing badly. 3-2 now the count. A large crowd on hand here in Chicago to root on their White Sox, and the other portion of the crowd cheering for the Dodgers. And now they're going to have a timeout. Umpire's going to step out, halt play here for a second. Yamamoto's now thrown 69 pitches, 70th pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, and down goes Gonzalez. And that, I believe, is Yamamoto's 6th strikeout. Let's check indeed if that is the case, and it is. 6 strikeouts for Yamamoto. 1 more strikeout, and you Jack in the Box fans get your free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink. Meanwhile, Yamamoto to the windup. This pitch is swung on. There's a little shot hit down to Freddie Freeman. He'll shovel over to Yamamoto, coming over to first for the out. And Yamamoto's feeling it now. 2 outs. Beautiful play by Freddie Freeman down the line. If he doesn't get that, that's extra bases down the line and in the corner. And a wonderful play by Freddie Freeman. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And up comes Quiero. The pitch swung on, first ball swinging. It's a high fly ball out there, and low, beautiful catch by Call, hitting the foul, hitting the fence, and down he goes, but it's an out. So what a catch by Call along the out. He was in foul territory, and the Dodgers throw their gloves at the White Sox and get them out in that bottom of the 6th inning. Call got a face full of railing guard there, and Downey staggered to one knee, but it's an out, and the Dodgers are out of the 6th inning, and Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit through 6 innings. The score after 6 complete in Chicago's White Sox Park: Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. We move to the 7th inning. Be right back after this very short, quick break. Dodgers coming up in the top of the 7th inning. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. Yamamoto is pitching a no-hitter. He is pitching a no-hitter through 6 innings. Again, the question remains, how long will Dave Roberts allow him to stay out there? Dave Roberts, a big proponent of pitch count, and once it gets near very close to 100 pitches, he'll yank them. And let's see if he does the same with Yamamoto today. 6, 7, 8, 9 more outs needed by Yamamoto for that no-hitter. But let's see if he's given the chance for it. That's the big question. The pitch on the way to Rushing is high and outside for ball 1. Slider missing. 1 ball, no strikes to Dalton Rushing. Rushing hit by pitch and walked. The pitch, low fastball missing badly. So Joe Rock is out there giving it his best, walked in a run. His pitch has thrown 47 pitches. He came in relief. Yamamoto's thrown 72 pitches. Joe Rock's going to catch up to him in pitches if he's allowed to stay out there any longer. This next pitch is outside for ball 3. Interpreter huddled over Yamamoto, working to the dugout, giving him the notes that he needs to have to continue in this 7th inning. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, a 3-1 count. So it's now 3-1 to Dalton Rushing. Rock looks in, his 50th pitch on the way. Taken for called strike 2, just hitting the black part of the plate. Count is now full, 7th inning. Rock looks in. 3-2 count to Rushing. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Rushing. Okay, time for Rushing to get back in the dugout anyways, put on his gear and get ready for the 7th inning in Yamamoto to continue this no-hitter. Meanwhile, Miguel Rojas checking in, grounded out in his first plate appearance. Waiting in, Joe Rock's thrown 52 pitches. The pitch is just outside for ball 1. Rock, coming into relief, is 20 pitches behind Yamamoto, who's pitched the full 6 innings, and he's only pitched 72 pitches. The 1-0 pitch to Rojas is way low and inside, a changeup missing badly. 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to Rojas. Now the trainer's out there to have a couple of words with Rojas. Let's see what happened here. He stepped back and may have landed awkwardly. Not sure, I didn't see anything. Did he hyperextend his leg? He came up a little gimpy, did hobble. So trainer running out there nonetheless, and the World Series hero so much as comes up with a little limp, you're immediately on it. So everything's back. He's back in behind, up to the plate, and the pitch is outside for ball 3. So Joe Rock, who walked 4 in the 6th inning, is behind the count 3-0 to Rojas. 1 out in the 7th inning, Dodgers 5, White Sox nothing. And they walked yet another man. So Joe Rock, I should say, should be change his name to Joe Walk, as many base on balls as he's given up this afternoon. I have him as 5 walks already. Let's see if that is an accurate count, unofficial. And Meanwhile, he's walked 5. That is correct. And meanwhile, out at first, in other words, substitution. Rojas is out, and in comes Espino to take his place. Ohtani to the plate, 1 out. So Espino's now at first for Rojas, who came up a little gimpy on that walk. Ohtani's been all over this game, 1 for 1, solo home run and 3 walks. And Joe Rock to the belt, checks the runner at first. The pitch is a high fly ball to center field. They're finally going to get Ohtani out. Back goes Peters. He's got it for out number 2 in the 7th inning. So Espino goes back over to first base, 2 outs. We're in the 7th. The big story, I should say, is Yamamoto has yet to give up a hit to the White Sox. So a lot of anticipation for that. If you're on the fence whether you should stick around, continue watching or listening to this game, you may want to until Yamamoto is out or gives up a hit. Here's a first pitch swinging foul ball by Rojas and out of play. Hang in there, don't go anywhere. Andy Pages 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Waiting in, there's 2 outs. We're in the 7th inning. 5-0 Dodgers leading this game in total command. The pitch is low, a sinker missing badly for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Espino away from first, taking over, running for Rojas, who walked. 2 outs in the 7th. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. Pages waits in, and the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball hit out to Peters to dead center. Back he goes near the warning track. He'll glove it, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 7th. The score after 6.5 in Chicago, Dodgers 5, White Sox 0, and Yamamoto ready to take the mound for the bottom of the 7th inning. I'll be right back after this very short, quick break. Okay, as we're getting ready for the bottom of the 7th inning, all the excitement and the mystery that remains in this game is Yamamoto, who has yet to allow a hit against the White Sox. Let's see who the White Sox are going to be sending up right now to face Yamamoto in this bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be the top of the order on Ohtani, Vargas, and then Tonidai, the designated hitter. So the line in this game, Dodgers 5 runs, 7 hits and no errors. The White Sox, no runs, no hits, and no errors. 72 pitches is all that Yamamoto's thrown, and he's allowed to go out there for the 7th inning with that low pitch count number. The pitch on the way to Ohtani is taken for strike 1 on Tanasi. So Espinal will now take over for Rojas, who took over for Freeland and plays second base. 0-1 the count to Ohtani. The pitch taken for called strike 2. Fastball. 0-2. Yamamoto's jumping out ahead of these hitters and immediately getting ahead on the count like he should. And they're going to challenge that. And by a hair of a hair of a hair, it is a ball. So check that 0-2 count that we thought. Nope, it's 1-1 now. So let's see if that ticks off Yamamoto, and he really goes after him here. It makes no doubt. The pitch swung on and fouled away. So it's now 1-2. So Yamamoto gets a strike that he would have gotten before anyways. Even if that would have been called a strike and not challenged, it would still be 2 strikes, but he's got the 1 ball. Can't take that away. So 1-2 the count now to O'Shaughnessy. No outs. We're in the 7th. The pitch way inside for ball 2. A sinker missing. Vargas waiting on deck. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and down he goes. How do you like them apples? Yamamoto. It throws to O'Shaughnessy, who dared to challenge him on that strike. So he made him throw about a couple of more pitches, and down he goes. So Yamamoto's pitch count is now 77 pitches, and Dodgers got your free backed for a free jumbo jack. So if you get that large drink, you get a free jumbo jack to go with it. Back to live action. The pitch on the way is taken high for ball 1. Take that. It just missed. They're not going to challenge it. That was technically a strike. So a gift to Vargas. It's called a ball, but upon further review, it's a strike, but they're going to keep it as a ball. The pitch swung on and missed. A slider. So now it's a 1-1 count. Miguel Vargas 0 for 2. 2 line outs. Vargas, the pride of Havana, Cuba, swings and fouls it away. So the count is now 1-2. Vargas was having a little bit of laughs with Ohtani at third base earlier when that ball was wild pitched, and Yamamoto, check that, Ohtani stole that, took that base on the wild pitch, and Vargas was caught sleeping at third. Should have been, would have, could have been thrown out if he'd have been paying attention. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed, but now they're going to tap the head. I think they're going to call this, I think they're going to win this challenge, the White Sox. Let's see it. They called it a strike, and indeed it is a ball. So that's a ball, and the White Sox will win that challenge. That strikeout will be overturned. It'll be a 2-2 count. So wise play by Vargas to do that. Yamamoto, meanwhile, has thrown 81 pitches in this game. Quickly working. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, lined right to the call in left field for out number 2. So Yamamoto is now 7 outs away, retired 42 straight batters. Retired 42 straight batters since last start, you could say. So that's going back to his last start into this start. 2 outs in the 7th. The pitch is high and outside. Yamamoto splitter missing for ball 1. Andrew Benintendi. 1-0 count to Benintendi. The pitch swung on and missed. So it's now 1-1. Fastball at 98 miles an hour. 2 outs in the 7th. Yamamoto has thrown 84 pitches. So if he gets this guy here, no doubt he's coming out for the 8th inning. The pitch is low for ball 2. Got to get this guy Yamamoto if you want to continue staying in this game. 5-0 Dodgers lead over the White Sox. Yamamoto's stuff has been wicked. He has been on it today. The 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled away. Curveball for 2-2 the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Inside for ball 3. So it's a full count, 3-2. What's Yamamoto going to do here? 2 outs, 7th inning, 5-0 Dodgers lead. But the big story, Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit. The pitch on the way, swung on, and a high foul back and out of play. Benatani out of Cincinnati, Ohio. 5'9", 185-pounder, trying to take down Yamamoto. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled away. No, check that. Muncy moving over to third. He's got it out on the foul territory for out number 3, and that'll do it. So Ohtani has a little bit of a smile on his face as he walks off the mound, has yet to allow a hit through 7 innings. The score, Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. We'll be right back for the top of the 8th inning. So as we move into the top of the 8th inning for the Dodgers, coming up will be Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Max Muncy. But once again, the big story of this game is Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit through 7 innings. Take a look at Yamamoto's line. For this game is 7 strikeouts, no walks, no hits, no errors, no runs, and we're now in the top of the 8th inning for the Dodgers. Up comes Freddie Freeman. The pitch. Brandon Isert is in there. Brandon Isert. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Isert. Let's check out this Isert. Pitch is way inside a slider for 2-1. Isert, big boy, listed at 6'2", 210, out of Portland, Oregon. Hard left-hander throwing, and it's 3-1 the count. Lefty on lefty action. Isert. The 3-1 pitch to Freeman's a shot foul. It'll be 3-2 now. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit. Interpreter kneeling down beside Yamamoto in the dugout, going over pitch counts and things that he's pitched. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to the first baseman. He's going to underhand to Isert covering. Freddie Freeman jogs over to first base, and there's 1 out. We're in the 8th. Dodgers 5, White Sox 0. Mookie Betts coming to the plate, 2 for 4, but the big story, Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit. And he'll be allowed to go out there in the 8th inning since his pitch count is not very high. I think he's just up to like the 82, 83 pitches. Isert's windup and pitch is taken for called strike, a fastball. Mookie got very close to 200 with those first 2 hits out of the box today, but now he's dropped back down to 190. The pitch is low for ball 1, a changeup missing. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. There's a shot hit into right field for a base hit. Picked up by Montgomery and thrown on in. And Mookie's aboard with his 3rd hit of the game. The Dodgers have really thrown their gloves at the White Sox, as well as the arm of Yamamoto with a fine glove and a play by Call in left field, catching a foul ball, and Freddie Freeman catching a line shot down the line at first. That line shot, if Freeman doesn't get that, that's easily a hit and an extra base hit at that. Call's hit catch, if he doesn't make that, is another chance at the plate. That was only a foul ball. But the Dodgers defensively have been backing up Yamamoto. So 0-1 count now to Muncy. The pitch is outside. Fastball missing for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Max Muncy. 2-2, 2-run home run, 2 walks and a single. Isert looks in the windup. The pitch fouled away and out of play. One on, 1 out. We're in the 8th. Muncy hit a home run in the first inning, driving in Betts, who's at first base now. There's a pitch taken low. They're going to check over to third, and they'll say no swing on the slider. And it's a 2-2 count. Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit. Don't go anywhere if you're interested in hearing a no-hitter by Yamamoto. Let's see if he's allowed. Well, he's definitely coming in there for the 8th inning, but will he be allowed to come in the 9th? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The pitch outside, a slider missing, making the count full to Muncy. So Isert has thrown 14 pitches. He's got 1 out, allowed 1 on a single. Muncy waiting in the pitch. There's a shot. High fly ball hit out to right center. Back to the wall. It's gone. Home run. And with that, we break out with a home run gong. 2-run home run by Max Muncy, just as he did in the first inning with Mookie Betts on board. He does it in the 8th inning with Mookie Betts on board. That ball traveling 409 feet. And the Dodgers now have us commanding 7-0 lead in the 8th inning. So Muncy flexing his muscles not once but twice against the White Sox this afternoon. Yamamoto sitting calmly looking at who, what, when, why from the dugout and nods his approval all the while. And now it's 7-0 Dodgers. So Yamamoto's got more than enough runs. Pitch on the way to Tucker, swung on and missed. He looked like he was going after a home run right there. Tucker 1 for 2 with a single and hit by pitch and a walk. Dodgers, Kyle Tucker hanging in there. 0-2 the count, 1 out in the 8th. The pitch way high over the head and all the way to the backstop. A wild pitch at that. One and two the count to Tucker. 1 out, 8th inning. Max Muncy just unloaded a big bomb into the right center field. And this pitch is outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers 7, White Sox 0. We're in the 8th inning. Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit. The pitch. Slow slider missing. Three and two the count to Muncy. The pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. Changeup missing, 3-2's the count. Isert looking in. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Tucker. 2 outs for the Dodgers. And up comes Call. Call made a fine catch out there in left field in a foul line, bumping up against the base of the auxiliary box there in left field foul territory to make a fine outfield, make a foul ball catch for an out. So the first pitch swung on and missed. 0-1, 2 outs in the 8th inning. Pitch by Isert is low and in the dirt. Changeup missing for 1-1 count. Dodgers 7, White Sox 0. Yamamoto doing some stretching, calisthenics and dugout, trying to stay loose. Ready for the 8th inning. Pitch swung on and missed. Yamamoto's feeling it like this is the 7th game of the World Series. He is fired up. When you see that fire in his eyes, you know he's on. And he's been on the whole afternoon. 1-2 now the count to Call. Wind up the pitch is fouled away. You could tell Yamamoto, he doesn't need any more runs. He's got 7 runs on the board. He just wants to get out there and go to work. Let's go. The pitch swung on, a lazy fly ball, hit out to center field. Peters moving over, waves off the left fielder, makes the catch, and that'll do it. And on to the 8th inning we go, as Yamamoto has perfect game through 7. Maybe a pitch perfect, and Yamamoto is doing just that. Unbelievable, a perfect game. We'll be right back for the exciting 8th inning in Yamamoto's march to a perfect game right after this short break. Back and better than ever. Yamamoto has yet to allow a hit. In fact, he's pitching a perfect game. He's going to face the Montgomerys back-to-back, and then Meredith for the third hitter. He is on his game right now. Incredible. He has put them down 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. And he's on the march right now. Dodgers line in this game, 7 runs, 9 hits and no errors. White Sox, no runs, no hits and no errors. As Yamamoto waits, ready to go in there. Let's see what you're going to do, Yamamoto, in the 8th inning. Today versus the White Sox, 7 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, no walks, 89 pitches he's thrown, and 61 have been strikes. The first pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. Perfect game through 7 innings. Hit Batting in from the left-hand side of the plate is Montgomery. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled away. Colson Montgomery's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. We're in the 8th. Yamamoto to the windup. The pitch outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. 8th inning. Yoshi Namanobu Yamamoto. Perfect game through 7 innings. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. A little high for ball 3. So, crowd is getting antsy here. We're in the 8th inning. Yamamoto looks in. The windup, the pitch, swung on and missed. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yamamoto going right after him with a fastball, not horsing around. Yamamoto nodding in, yes to rushing. Waiting in is Montgomery. The windup and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and a shot right to Freddie Freeman at first base for out number 1. And the fans here are starting to feel it. They're on their feet standing, and the tide has turned. A partisan crowd is cheering for the Dodgers, Yamamoto, to go after this perfect game. These games don't come along too often, and when they do, you gotta cherish them. Pitch on the way is outside for ball 1 to Montgomery. The other Montgomery, Jared Meredith. Waiting in. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on. There's a little ground ball hit down to Betts at short. He throws over to Freddie Freeman for out number 2. And now there's 2 outs in the 8th inning. And up comes Meredith. Yoshi Yamamoto, a perfect game through 7.2 innings pitched. No hitters, 23, perfect games, 1. The only one in Dodger history, Sandy Koufax, September 9th, 1965. You got to go all the way back to 1965 for a Dodger perfect game. And on the mound, Yamamoto is 4 outs away from just that. First pitch on the way is taken low for ball 1. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Dodgers 7, White Sox 0. That's not all of the score. The big story is a perfect game by Yamamoto so far. The pitch on the way is taken for called strike 1. With every strike, the crowd begins to feel it with a little bit more anticipation and cheers of something very special happening right now in the air. Yamamoto, since going back to his last start, has retired 45 straight batters, tied second most in baseball. Yamamoto, the windup and the pitch. Swung on. There's a little ground ball hit sharply to Mookie Betts. Oh, he boots it. Oh, picked up by Spielman all the way, and goes the perfect game. Can you believe that? Mookie Betts booted it. Oh, allowing a runner on. Unbelievable. And Betts is beside himself, and the crowd is on their feet applauding Yoshi. It will go as an error, but the fact that he gave up the perfect game, he had it. It was a simple, easy catch, whirl, throw, and throw over to Freeman, and you're out of this 8th inning. It rolled up all the way up his arm, but Espino was right there close to possibly trying to salvage it, but it just trickled off his hand, and a runner's aboard. So let's see what happens now. Swung on and missed, so we still got the no-hitter in play, but there's nothing like a perfect game. So, well, that is gone. Let's see if he can continue on to the no-hitter and keep his composure going here. The wind up the pitch. There's a foul ball out of play, and now it's 0-2. That should be the final wake-up call to Mookie. You're not a shortstop. Go to the outfield. What are you doing? You cost a man a perfect game. Come on, Betts. You're not doing it at the plate. You're hitting under 200, and now you go and blow a perfect game? Oh, my goodness. You got to air him out on that one. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to Espinal. He's going to underhand over to Freeman for the out. So the no-hitter's still going, but that perfect game is long gone. We move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-0 Dodgers lead. We'll be right back after this. Okay, so as we're ready to move to the 9th inning, and up comes, let's see who's batting here for the Dodgers. The 9th, it'll be Dalton Rushing, the catcher. And the Dodgers over there putting their hands, Muncy putting his arm around Betts, trying to give him encouragement. Yoshi gives him a little pat in the back. He knows he cost him baseball immortality, a perfect game. Yoshi's thrown 103 pitches. That might be it for him. Let's see if Roberts is going to allow him to go out there anymore. But Mookie should just walk into Dave Roberts' office and say, you know what, put me in center field, coach. I'm not a shortstop. And that should be the final nail in that coffin. But of course it won't be. There's professional pride. We know that. Pitch on the way is a ball to Dalton Rushing. But when you cost a man a perfect game, you gotta, that is not good. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed by Dalton Rushing. Rushing struck out his last time up. Davis is now the new pitcher in for the White Sox. And looks like Yamamoto will continue going out there as he's talking to his interpreter, going over some things for the 9th inning. Two balls, one strike to Rushing. We're in the 9th, 7-0. The windup, the pitch, swung on and fouled back and out of play. Espinal waiting on deck. Espinal playing for Rojas, who was playing for Freeland. We've had 3 second basemen in this game, and all of them have played quality played very well at second base. There's a pitch swung on. It'll be a called strike 3, and that'll do it for Rushing. And 1 out. And up comes Espinal. So Yamamoto lost his no-hitter with 2 outs in the 9th in Baltimore, and now he's going to be allowed to go out there in the 9th inning against the White Sox. Pitch on the way, swung on a ground foul down the third base line, a slider for 0-1. So I'm still up in the air. Are they going to allow him to go out? Yamamoto just walked back to the dugout into the clubhouse. There's a ground ball, base hit into center field. Peters picks it up, throws it in, and Espino's on with a base hit. So I am not sure if that is it for Yamamoto in this game, but I am sure that Espino's on with a base hit. Dodgers lead 7-0, and up comes Ohtani. We're in the ninth, 7-0 Dodgers lead. 1 out in the ninth inning. The pitch is high, fastball for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The windup, the pitch is a ground ball hit sharply down to the second baseman. He's going to shovel to shortstop over to first, and that'll do it, a double play. So a 4-3 double play, and down go the Dodgers. But now, for the big story, is Yamamoto is ready to head out there for the ninth inning and try to get that no-hitter. We'll be right back after this short timeout. The score, Dodgers 7, White Sox 0, and Yamamoto going out there to try to pitch that no-hitter and complete this game. Hang in there. Okay, no hitters since 1958. We go through the long Dodger history. The last one was a combined no-hitter of Buehler, and that was 2018. But the very first, Sandy Koufax getting the first 4 Dodger no-hitters in history, followed by Singer and Russ and Venezuela and Gross and onward from there. But now it's Yamamoto's turn. No-hitter through 8 innings. And Vargas will come to the plate. Check that. Peters will be batting. We're at the bottom of the order. Peters, Canero, and then Ohtani. Let's see, looks like he's about ready to go. He's thrown 103 pitches, if that graphic was correct. Let's see if they throw that back up there again. Dodgers 7, White Sox 0. Yamamoto just lost his perfect game on an error by Mookie Betts in the last inning, but now the no-hitter's still alive. The windup and the pitch. You got to wonder if a guy like Betts would be hoping that Yamamoto doesn't get the no-hitter. Why? Because if he does get this no-hitter, they'll look at you as the bonehead who gave up the perfect game. Let's see. Be very interesting what happens. Pitch swung on. There's a shot, and it's away out and gone. Home run, and with that, he loses everything. The no-hitter, the shutout, but he's going to get the win. And Betts has to be taking a big sigh of relief because now he's no longer the GOAT because that ball was gone. Jacob Gonzalez, and let's see if Roberts comes out and gets Yamamoto now. He's clearly thrown over 100 and what, 4 or 5 pitches? Let me see what that graphic is. It looks like that'll do it. Yamamoto is being pat on the back by Rushing. Muncie's down to the mound. And are they going to come and get him? Nope. Guess not. They're going to go back to their positions. Don't know if that was a stall tactic to get somebody up and warming up in the Dodger bullpen. But he clubbed that well into the bullpen, back into the stands for the White Sox, and Yamamoto knew it as soon as that ball cracked it was gone. Now Peters comes to the plate. And that's it. He gives out the final hand gesture. He's now thrown 106 pitches. You got to go get him now. Why keep him out there? There's a pitch swung on and missed. Fastball. So it's a 1-1 count. You got to get somebody up in the Dodger bullpen. He's already lost the no-hitter, perfect game, the no-hitter, and the shutout. And they do. They have Alex Vesia now warming up in the bullpen, a lefty. He's thrown 108 pitches. There's a 109th pitch. It's a high fly ball. Pages signaling he's got it in center, and he does. So there's one out. 109 pitches now Yamamoto's thrown. And let's see, they're going to have Dalton Rushing go to the mound. I think that might be it. And yep, Dave Roberts is coming out with a hook right now. Smart thing to do. No need to have him continue throwing out there. He's already thrown 109 pitches. The crowd giving him a nice salute, applause as he leaves. Dodger fans throughout Chicago standing and applauding Yamamoto for his efforts. Even some White Sox fans giving him the appreciation that he rightfully deserves. He pitched masterfully out there, allowed 1 run, 1 hit. Well, there was 1 error by Mookie, but it wasn't, well, Dodgers, meanwhile, on their line have 7 runs and 10 hits. Yamamoto getting a fine slap of high fives by everybody in the Dodger dugout on a really nice performance that he pitched out there today. So as we're involved in this pitching change, I'll be right back after this. So as we're in the middle of a Dodger pitching change, Dodgers 7, White Sox 1, getting that solo shot off of Yamamoto, and Yamamoto losing his no-hitter and his shutout all in one swing. Yamamoto's numbers for the inning, for the game, 8 1/3 he went, allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, and 109 pitches. He had a perfect game with 2 outs in the 8th inning, and a ball rolled up the sleeve of Mookie Betts. He lost the perfect game there. In the very next inning, he lost the no-hitter in the shutout with 1 swing. So let's see here. What do we got for the White Sox? Who's up? Top of the order. So that was Peters, center fielder, by the way, that hit that home run into the right field stands and took away the no-hitter from Ohtani. Meanwhile, the ground crew's out there again working on the mound. Yamamoto had them working out there earlier, and now Alex Vesia has got them out there working on it. Dodgers tomorrow afternoon take on the same White Sox in a 1 p.m. start, local time in Chicago, 11:10 in Los Angeles. So 1:10 in Chicago, 11-10 in Los Angeles. And ground crew's out there with a big bucket, now trying to fill up a hole that maybe has been made over the course of this game. Every pitcher has their own individual likings on the mound, how they land and where they take off from on the rubber, and that's where we're at now. Getting a little ground crew work on the mound. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have looked really well at the plate, scoring coming right out of the box with a leadoff home run by Ohtani, and then Betts gets on with 2 outs and Max Muncy gets him home. And the same combination worked a deal in the 8th inning with Betts on. Muncy hit a 2-run shot. And there are some other runs sprinkled in a couple of other times during the game. So it's 7-1 Dodgers. And Yamamoto being pat on the back all around in the Dodger dugout. He had the perfect game. He was on the baseball immortality with a perfect game. And then that little ground ball to Mookie Betts that rolled right up his sleeve, his wrist, and he kicked it, and the runner was aboard. They got the next guy out after that, but the perfect game was gone, and maybe a little bit of Yamamoto's heart left with that, because the very next pitch to the next inning wound up in the stands, and that was all she wrote. So Dodgers 7, White Sox 1. That'll be the big story of the game, as Yamamoto was so close to a perfect game. It would have been the second in Dodgers history. Okay, so Alex Vesia now gives the thumbs up. He's ready to go. And let's get back to live action now. Back to live action. Vesia ready to go. Pinch hitting for on Ohtani for Era. So first, just slider. Everson Pereira waiting in, acquired from the Rays in November this season, hitting .250 with 3 home runs and 7 ribbies. Waiting in from the right-hand side of the plate. The pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgers 7, White Sox 1. Dodgers losing last night. So the Dodgers are 2 outs away from capturing this game, tying up the series, and going after the series tomorrow at 1 p.m. local time. The pitch is high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Vesia on the mound. The pitch swung on. There's a little ground ball hit down to the third baseman. Muncy whirls, turns, throws, and gets him. So there's out number 2. Nice play by Muncy at third. Two outs, 9th inning, 1 out away from a victory. And Miguel Vargas coming in, the third baseman. 0 for 3, 3 line outs in this game. And those were all against Yamamoto. But now is the lefty Vesia in there. Vesia versus Vargas. The lefty versus the righty. The pitch, way high and outside, a fastball missing badly for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The windup, the pitch, swung on and missed. A changeup. 1-1 the count. Vesia working quickly. wanting to get back there with his Dodger teammates and have a few cold ones. The 1-1 count. The pitch on the way. Swung on. There's a sharp foul down the third base line. So it's 1-2. And 1 strike away. The Dodgers are from this victory. They can taste it and feel it in their plums right now. 7-1 Dodgers lead. 1-2 count to Vargas. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Vesia checks Dalton. Gets the pitch on the way. It's a high fly ball waiting as Pages. He's coming in, waving. He's there. He's got it. And that'll do it. And down go the White Sox as Ohtani and Yamamoto are the first 2 out of the dugout to go out and congratulate their team. And this game is in the books and history. The final line of this score, the Dodgers 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The White Sox 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. What a masterful performance pitched by Yamamoto today. Unfortunately, he didn't get the no-hitter, but he came as very close as you could, hitting the 1-hitter and with a perfect game in 8 2/3 innings. That'll do it from Chicago. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the action, hope you come back again tomorrow, 1:10 local time, 11:10 in LA. I'll be here giving you the play-by-play. The final score, once again, the Dodgers winning it 7-1. Have a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Good night now.